Okay, y'all, getting ready to do the 8-gang multifunction switch panel from Auxbeam. I got my D-Series amber lights here. I'm going to be using those as ditch lights. The Cali Rays brackets and a customized 3D printed mold for the switch panel that's going to go up in the center console on my 2015 Lexus GX460. Stand by, we'll unpack and get started. Unbox and everything you get. Switch panel, cover, some mounting brackets, circuit breaker, a cover if you're using it on a boat, actual switch, manual, nice little decal, and the wiring. And they give you a little screwdriver for these right here. And in there too there's some stickers so you can select what you're putting on those buttons. So we got this open. So first things first, I'm going to go with the obvious. I'm going to take this cover off here because I have to get to that grommet in the firewall. Alright, so here's where I'm at. I just ran the wire that's going to go to the control, to the buttons on the inside. It's right here. And here, we give it some light. Just ran it right through the firewall there. Pretty sure you can see that. Yep. Actually, here, I'll bring the light with me. Currently, now it's going to be going up here. I'm going to be taking that sunglass thing out. It's just a little sunglass mirror. I don't use it. And you can see, pardon me for a second. I'm trying to see if I can get you focus in there. You can see where the wire is coming out. So, I'm going to be popping some panels off here. And I'm going to be careful here because you do have a side curtain airbag. So I'm going to pop that out so I don't run the wire next to the airbag. So what I'm going to do now, I'll show you. Taking this bracket off here, I already loosened it. So I'm going to figure out how I'm mounting this box. So stay tuned. I'll show you my steps here. Alright everyone, so here's where we're at. I have this installed right now. And as you can see, I am using the two brackets that house the cover. I do want to get that back on, although I cannot put that on with this there. I was going to try to do something custom, but I think the only custom I'm going to get with this, because I don't feel like fabricating something at this point. I seen something, I think it was either on eBay or Etsy or through the GXOR. I can't remember. But somebody makes a bracket. It's a little spicy. I think they wanted like 70 or 100 bucks, something like that. But it fits in here so that you can still put your cover on. So that's what I'm going to do. But what I did was I just used the Auxbeam stuff. I used a straight bar. And as you can see, I used some washers because I had to screw the straight bar into the brackets that were there for the Lexus cover. So what I'm going to do now is, this works. It's solid. It is not moving. I mean, you really got to push it. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to route some wires, get this hooked up, and then I'm going to move on to the inside. Hey, look, there's me in the glare. Hey, what's he doing there? And I'm going to go ahead and get that that mounted up there. So there's definitely enough wire to snake this up. Again, I gotta go up here, just make sure I'm not in front of the airbag, go up through the headliner, and then I'll pop that off. That's really easy. I've seen that on a GX Bob video. It's super simple, and God, he's hilarious. So hang tight. Let me get some wiring done and I'll show you. All right. Get these lugs wired up. It's clearly marked positive, plus it's red. You just follow your wires. 10 mil, 4 Phillips. Is that wire for the inside. Take this little it's backwards. And I'll neaten those up with some zip ties. So, and that's that. So now I'm just going to run the wire to the circuit breaker, and then from the circuit breaker to the battery. Stand by. Yeah, there's always somebody mowing in my videos. Alright. So, here's where we're at. The Lexus fuses won't work for your fuse jumper. So I have a whole pack of fuses. So I'm using the 15 from the rear wiper. I don't know if you can see that. The rear washer. It's a 15 amp. So that turns on with the key. So that's what I put in here. And then I'm using my controversial heat soldered, I swear by these. I don't care what anyone says, they work. I have yet to have a problem with them. They work flawlessly. That cool. So take you off the holder here. I currently have the circuit breaker off. So I'm going from the battery to the circuit breaker. As you can see, it's in the off position. Comes back up to here. My ground, spin you around, is right here. It's where the factory ground for the battery is at. And then this is what I was saying here. Washer, rear. Pull the fuse from right there. So that's where I'm going to be using this jumper. And then, again, for the time being, I'm just getting this all wired up. It's, I'm going to say 80% neat, but I'm not done yet because I still got to hook up my ditch lights and I have other accessories I'm going to be putting on this. So this is the wire that's going to the fuse box. This is the one here that goes in through the firewall to the control. And then you got your power and your ground. And then these, as you can see, they start out 30, 20, 10, and 5. I'm probably going to put the rigids on probably the 20 or the 10 amp, not sure yet. But stand by and got more to come. Alright, now we're just going to test everything. Side note, not that washer rear, that washer rear. And I had to move it because these fuses wouldn't fit next to the relay, so I went with the other one, which is accessory on, so that will turn this thing on. So what we're going to do now, we're going to flip this breaker, and then we're going to test to make sure that everything's working before I install the control panel up top. Okay, so now we should have power. And this should light up. Let's see. One more push. And we have liftoff. That is what I'm talking about. Alright. So, let's get cracking at the rest of this. Yeah, I forgot to grab my phone. I was such an anticipation to rip this down. So, this just pulls down. As you can see, it pulls out right there. And it should just pull down the rest of the way. I believe. I feel like I'm putting too much pressure on this. Here. Try this. I need two hands, I'm sorry. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, man. What is this stuck on? There it goes. Jeez. Alright. I'm going to unconnect this and take this over to the bench. There's just a plug right there. Alright. Now we're going to install the 3D printed custom bracket. This has to be taken apart. And if I remember correctly from the instructions, this has to come out. You got to pop this out, unscrew, and same with the other side. So let me, I'll tell you what, I use my little free Auxbeam screwdriver that they sent. And I guess if I'm wrong, I'll have to put this back together. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Japanese Hercules put this one in here. Sheesh. Oh. Alright. And there goes the screwdriver. And we'll do the other side. Hopefully you guys can see this. Well, you'll see it all fall apart if I'm doing this correctly. Alright. Yeah, there we go. And this got to pop up and out. Yeah. Yep, you just pop that gear out. And there's just a spring on the other side. That's it. This goes in like that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, let me go ahead and get the Auxbeam thing mounted. I'll be right back. Okay. I apologize, I did this off camera, but pretty self-explanatory. For the 3D mold, it already comes with the holes. You just drop it in. This only fits in one way, because you'll see these line up same way that the sunglass holder did, and then this clip will clip into over here, which you'll see that as well. Just put your 4 screws in. Now, gotta pull this through. Yeah, so it goes this way. So I gotta fish this through. You know what? I think I need to drill a separate hole, because it's definitely not fitting through there without messing up that circuit board. So I'm just going to drill a hole in this real quick so I can fish that through. I'll show you the aftermath. Alright. I don't think you need to see the hole being drilled, but use a step bit, 9/16. So now we'll go ahead and just fish that through. I am obviously doing something wrong. Oh, I don't like the first time. Huh. Need a pry bar. I will use plastic so I don't scratch this. Hey Dan, why don't you use a bigger thing so you can't see anything you're doing? Eh. Yeah. Next. Try this one. There we go. Voila. It's in the hole. And there she is. So now I'm going to go ahead and run that wire. And get everything all plugged in. Stand by. Okay. So far, this pops right off. That's sitting right there. I didn't film this other part yet because I don't really have a way to set this up to where you're going to be able to see it. So I'm going to explain it. These little tabs pop off with your tool. I mean, they literally just pop right off. 2 10mm bolts, and then that pops off. Now, this is the part you don't want to haphazardly put your wire in here, because again, you have a side curtain airbag right here. So all you're going to do here, until you can get it up top and clear this airbag, I'm just going to bring it up the side and do not wrap it around the airbag. That's it. That's all you got to do. There's other places in here. Let me see if I can just pull this out. Yeah. Okay. You just want to take it. You don't want to cross the line over the airbag. So I'm going to pull it up through and around the airbag, so that in the event that this airbag is going to save my life, I don't want a wire, though I'm sure it could probably blow through the wire, but you know, anyone's dumb luck. It would be my luck that would be the airbag that doesn't go off and save my life. So You know, and who knows, maybe there'll be an added bonus. Maybe I'll do something wrong and Dan will blow the airbag up right now. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to blow the airbag up. But I'm going to show you the wire, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. It's a common sense. You just don't put the wire over the airbag. That's all. We're going to go around and up. Around the airbag and up. So stay tuned. Okay. Pull this out. There's a little groove there. You literally just run the wire up. Put that back on. This is what I was talking about here. Run the wire away from the airbag. Do not tie it around this. This is your drain. See this pipe? This pipe right here? That's your drain for your sunroof, so don't impede that either. And then you literally just very carefully tuck it up. Pulls out right here. So I'm just gonna tie off all the excess up here, and we'll be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this up, make sure it works, and then button this up. And if you were wearing gloves, shouldn't have any fingerprints on it. And these just pop right back on, like so. So now we're just going to go ahead and put the overhead console in. And it's going to look a little something like that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and stuff it back up. And voila! It works. Alright. So now I'm going to take a pause and pick this video up with the ditch lights. But you know what? I think maybe I will throw this video out there for now as the Auxbeam install. With the 3D printed holder for the controller, and then I'll do another video once I do the ditch lights. But for today, you know what, I'm gonna call this a win. So yeah, let's do this here. This is where we're at. Circuit breaker, modular, which again, that's going to let me put all my accessories on. You pretty much got to see the walkthrough on that. Again, this is not going to stay permanent. I'm gonna order one of those custom mounts so I can put the cover back on. Everything's all neat. You got to watch how to divert from the airbag. And she's working. So that's where I'm going to end this video then. And stay tuned for more stuff to follow.